this is Ben Williams, and today my class and I here at Tri-C will be giving you an introduction to the wonderful world of Pro Tools. Our topics today will include the type of equipment that you'll need for your own home system, how to set up a new session, followed by a brief overview of mixing. Before we begin, let's take a quick second to talk about what is Pro Tools and what does it do. Pro Tools is something called a DAW, which stands for Digital Audio Workstation. This means Pro Tools is a computer program that can be used for recording audio, editing, mixing, and performing audio for video. So assuming you want to start doing your own recordings at home, what kind of equipment would you need to get started? Let's talk about that. Here's what you'll need: a microphone or line input device, an audio interface, a computer, Pro Tools software, and monitors or headphones. The microphone or line input device is used to capture the source that you want to record. The audio interface is used for communication between microphones, speakers, and the computer. Up to Pro Tools 8, only DigiDesign interfaces could be used with Pro Tools. Pro Tools 9 and forward will let you use pretty much any interface. This device is used to take the analog signal from your microphones and convert it into a digital signal that will be used by your computer. It will also take the signal coming out of your computer and send it to your speakers. There are many different audio interfaces available, which can range from a few $100s to a few thousand. For your computer, Pro Tools requires certain benchmarks in order for it to run properly. Pro Tools 10 for Mac requires OS X, Snow Leopard, or higher, and for PC it requires either Windows 7 32 or 64-bit. Either operating system will need at least 2 GB of RAM, but 4 gigs or more is recommended. The Pro Tools software can be found at pretty much any Guitar Center, or any online store such as Sweetwater.com. Sweetwater has Pro Tools 10 for about $700, but you can get a student edition for $295. The software comes with something called an iLock, which is a little USB flash drive that holds the license for Pro Tools. The iLock must be connected to your computer at all times in order for Pro Tools to run. The student edition will require you to verify that you are in fact a student. This can usually be done through your college's .edu email address. Monitors are speakers that you use to hear the signal that you are recording or playing back. The signal is sent out of your computer into the interface, where it can then be sent to the monitor speakers. If you can't afford good monitors, a good pair of headphones will work instead. Assuming you're only playing back material that has already been recorded, you can run the sound directly to your headphones, which would eliminate the need for an interface. This is great if you're working on a laptop on the go. And now for a demonstration of how to set up a new session.
Hi, my name's Scott. I'm part of the Recording Arts program. I'm about to show you an overview of Pro Tools session. Here's my interface to begin with. It's a Digio 1. First thing we're going to do is start a new session. Come over here real quick so you can zoom in. You want to label your session, save it as, I'm just going to put this project 1. You make sure your bit depth's 24 is fine, and your gain 12 is fine, 12 to 6 dB. First thing you want to do is open a new track, and we're going to say this one's going to be a mono because we're going to do a vocal track to show you signal in the Pro Tools. So we're going to want to label it vocal. Then you want to make sure that your I/O setup is correct, and mine is. If you can get a close-up on that. Okay. Now, we want to make sure, okay, we got mic line 1. So, here, let me get that mic cable. Plug that in.
At the other end.
Alright, so we're plugging in the mic cable 1, and we want to turn on phantom power because this is a condenser mic and it requires phantom power to work.
We're good?
We're good. Now
Hello.
Have signal.
There is signal.
Alright.
You can click the record button. That will show if you're getting signal.
Hey, check.
There we go. Normally you probably want headphones rather than speakers just so you don't get like feedback loops and all that. You can push 3 as a shortcut to start recording, or you can push record on the transport. That works also. So hey, we're recording, we're talking in there, we're saying, hey, what's up? Seeing levels, you see the little green thing that's jumping up and down, that means you're getting signal, and that should mean it's working. And, then
And we usually want to adjust it on the interface to make sure the signal, here, down here.
Do that again.
This is mic line 1, so we'd want to bring it up a little bit. Go ahead, talking to the mic.
Hey, check. We are talking
going.
to the microphone to make sure the signal is good enough. Make sure it's not too high, not too low. You want it to be right. Yeah.
Mid. About 3/4 up.
Yeah, that sounds right. And then once you're done recording, say we've done our take. Hey, what's up? Singing la la la. The end. Press space. And look at that. Beautiful audio for your recording needs, and we have just made a recording. Alright, so now that you've got some sound recorded into your computer, let's talk about a few of the things you can do in mixing. Probably one of the first and easiest things to do is to adjust the levels, or volume. For this, switch over to the Mix window by selecting Mix from the Windows menu. To adjust the level of one of your tracks, just click the fader and drag it up or down. The next technique is panning, which will make your instrument sound like it's coming from the left or right speaker. To do this, simply click one of these dials and drag it up or down, up to go right or down to go left. The next mixing tool is EQ. You can use this to adjust the tonality of your instruments. This is kind of similar to the EQ in your car because it has a low, mid, and high, and a few extras in between. The easiest way to adjust the EQ is to click one of these dots for the frequency you want and drag it up to add or down to take away. You can also drag it left or right to change which frequency is changed. The next tool is dynamic processing, which will control the dynamic range of an instrument or sound. The compressor reduces the dynamics by making the louder parts quieter. The gate is used to cut out background noise by taking things that are quiet and muting them completely. Time-based effects include things such as reverb and delay. Reverb is used to make your instrument sound as if it's in a room or auditorium. Delay works by creating a series of echoes on your instrument or sound. Automation is used to change a parameter's settings over time. In this case, we're using automation to adjust the volume of this instrument at different points in the song. By adding and dragging dots on this line, you can control whether the volume goes up or down over different parts of the song, or fade the difference gradually. You can also use automation to change panning, reverb, or pretty much any other parameter in Pro Tools. Our last mixing topic today is editing. In the Edit window while using the Smart tool, you can trim the length of your audio clips by clicking in the lower corner of your region and dragging left or right. You can also add a fade in or fade out by dragging in the top corner. You can also create a crossfade by dragging one clip over another adjacent clip. And of course, you can copy and paste audio by selecting the options from the Edit window, or using Ctrl-C or Ctrl-V. Well, that about wraps it up for today's introduction to Pro Tools. I hope that this has given you a good start to creating your own studio and making your own recordings.